Hey, this is Kirk from Metallica, and you're watching DunlopTV.
Hey, what's happening? It's your buddy Brian Kehoe with DunlopTV, hanging out with the mighty, the powerful Mr. Kirk Hammett.
I've known this guy for over 20 years.
It's crazy, right? You didn't even know I was that old.
Yeah.
He's known me since I was 3. We just like to talk a little bit about the gear and stuff like that.
I'm a gear junkie, man.
That's
so
awesome.
Fire off.
You never get rid of gear.
No, man.
It just, I bet you got warehouses filled with shit.
You know, that's just the beginning downstairs.
Yeah,
I hate to say it, but I am a pack rat. I don't like to get rid of anything, man. I still have stuff, you know, from when we were playing in local bands, you know, in the late 70s, early 80s.
Back in the day, you were using Marshalls, and then I think you were probably the guy that made Mesa Boogie a household name.
Carlos Santana was the first guy, you know, who kind of like established Boogie, but you know, I was basically just following his lead. I went down to Boogie, and they were making these things called simulclass amps, which had 3 gain stages and 5-band EQ built into the amp. And I thought, wow, if I bought this amp, I could throw away my tube screamer and my Furman parametric EQ. And you know, that was the thought. But you know, because I'm so obsessive, I ended up using the tube screamer and the parametric EQ along with that amp. And
so what guitars were you using on this new record?
I was pretty much using just my ESP Mummy guitar. I was using a bunch of amps, Marshall amps, Boogie amps, my new Randall amp, an Ampeg amp, which blew me away. And I also like used the Dunlop dime bag wah that I've had for like, I don't know, 5 or 6 years.
Well, the wah sound is a pretty signature sound for you. I mean, I remember back in the super early days, you were the only cat that was using a wah in the whole thrash metal scene.
And it's all because of Brian Robertson from Thin Lizzy. A friend of mine, his name was Mickey Toby, and he lived in El Cerrito. And I was about 13 years old, and he said, hey, I got this album by this band called Thin Lizzy. They put out an album called Jailbreak, you gotta hear it. And when I heard one of the solos, I said to him, what's that sound? It doesn't sound like a guitar. And my friend said, that's a wah-wah pedal. I go, wow, 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 wow. I'm like, that's cool. That was even before I played guitar.
And then now they're working on the signature wah.
Yeah, we're working on something so that you'll be able to dial in a Kirk Hammett wah sound, or dial in a different sort of wah sound. And we're just downstairs, actually, just like, you know, an hour ago, going over some of the aspects of it. Dunlop and wah pedals. I mean, you know, been using them for a long time.
And then also, you got like a special pick? Is that true?
I started using this jazz pick. The guy from Trivium gave me one and goes, check this pick out. And I started playing with it, and I was like, hey, you know, this is pretty cool. You can get more picking action without moving as much.
It's because I think it's the angle of the point.
Yeah. And then, you know, once I started using it and liking it, I realized that that a lot of other guitar players were using it. So I thought, oh man, I thought I was on something cool, but I guess I'm just kind of just stepping into place here.
So on this tour, you going to use a different setup or the same setup from the recording? Or?
I'm going to be using my live rig, which is actually a part of what we used in the studio. And that rig consists of Boogie stuff, Randall stuff, and Marshall stuff.
Do you have a lot of stage monitors, or do you use the back line?
I have in-ear monitors.
Ah, hello.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah.
New guy.
They're making me deaf. I mean, I hate to say it, you know. I love them.
Is it cutting off the top end? Ba-doosh.
Those speakers are right next to your eardrum.
Yeah.
But they work, you know. I think I have to start turning them way down and using more stage monitors. I like to you know, feel the air being pushed. You know, I like to feel the percussiveness of you know, hitting chords, and I like to feel the low end going whoop whoop. And,
you don't get that with the in-ears, I bet.
You don't get it with the in-ears.
Do you have a lot of pedals and inline or outboard gear that you run through?
I use my standard Dunlop wah, And then I have a whammy pedal that I use for various things. And then I have one of those Line 6 delay modelers, and also a Line 6
the modular effect,
yeah,
of course.
Modular effect. And that's pretty much it. I have that stuff on stage, so if I want to like walk over and get some delay during the song, I can do it. But for the most part, a lot of my rhythm sound and lead sound and clean sound switching is done by my tech. Oh yeah, I also am using that very cool MXR Eddie Van Halen flange.
Aha!
I love that thing, man. You just press a button and there it is.
Instant Eddie.
Instant Unchained.
Yeah.
It's fucking great.
Have you checked out it? You can say fuck, it's for the internet.
Oh, fuck yeah!
Kirk, thanks so much for taking out the time and hanging out with us. It's always a pleasure. Best of luck on this next tour. I know everything's going to go well for you. God must like you. Things are going good, man.
Things are good, you know.
You look healthy. You look well.
Well, you know, I use some more sleep. I mean, I got like about 4 or 5 hours sleep.
Yeah, you need to work on that work ethic, dude.
Yeah.
All right, well, it's your buddy Brian Kehoe hanging out with Kirk Hammett. We're signing off. Adios, amigos.
Yeah.